It started with a football club. It ended with a global power move. What looked like a billionaire's hobby was, in fact, a billion-dollar strategy, one that quietly gave Gulf royals more influence over European culture than any diplomatic mission ever could. While most fans celebrated record signings and flashy stadiums, few noticed that some of the world's most iconic football clubs were becoming pawns in a much bigger game, one that blends soft power, global branding, and strategic dominance. This is the story of how Gulf royalty didn't just buy European football, they transformed it forever. Let's rewind to 2008. A relatively unknown entity called the Abu Dhabi United Group announced the acquisition of Manchester City, a Premier League team with a long history, passionate fans, and no major titles in decades. Almost overnight, everything changed. Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, half-brother to the UAE president and member of the country's ruling family, poured in money like the Premier League had never seen before. Training facilities became the most advanced in Europe. World-class players followed. Coaches, analysts, data scientists, even sleep experts were brought in. Within just a few seasons, Manchester City became a footballing machine, collecting trophies like collector's items. Then came Qatar. In 2011, Qatar Sports Investments, a subsidiary of the country's sovereign wealth fund, bought Paris Saint-Germain. The goal? Not just football dominance, but brand dominance. Overnight, PSG wasn't just a club. It became a fashion label, a marketing vehicle, a symbol of Gulf wealth wrapped in Parisian flair. Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, they weren't just players. They were weapons of mass attention. Under Qatari ownership, PSG became a global brand positioned at the intersection of sport, culture, and soft power. This wasn't a coincidence. Gulf royals understood something the rest of the world didn't. Football isn't just a sport. It's the most watched entertainment product on the planet. More than the Oscars, more than the Super Bowl, more than the Olympics. And whoever controls the biggest clubs controls the narrative. Football clubs are tribal. Their fans are loyal for life, and their reach spans continents. So, while tech moguls bought social media platforms to spread ideas, Gulf royals bought football clubs to win hearts. Over the years, the investments grew more sophisticated. The City Football Group, owned by Sheikh Mansour, didn't just stop at Manchester. They created a global portfolio: New York City FC, Melbourne City, Girona FC in Spain, and more. It became the first multinational football holding, an empire of clubs that shared resources, branding, and player pipelines. Think of it as the Disney of football, with Sheikh Mansour as the executive producer. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia joined the game, but with a different playbook. Instead of buying existing clubs, they launched a domestic revolution, investing billions into the Saudi Pro League and signing global stars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and Neymar. The goal? To make Saudi Arabia the new gravity center of world football. But make no mistake, the kingdom is watching European clubs closely. Rumors of Saudi bids for Manchester United and other European giants have been swirling for years. Behind every deal, there's a mix of motives. Some are personal, passion for the sport. Others are strategic, diversifying national economies, boosting tourism, improving global image, and yes, redirecting the global conversation away from criticism and towards spectacle. When Qatar hosted the 2022 World Cup, critics raised concerns over human rights. But by the time the final whistle blew, over 1 billion people had tuned in, and Qatar was in every headline, every household, every jersey. This is soft power on steroids. Gulf royals don't need armies. They use influence. They don't need media campaigns. They use Messi. And while ownership structures remain layered and opaque, the reality is clear. European football is no longer just European. It's Emirati, it's Qatari, it's Gulf run. And the fans? Most don't care who owns the club, so long as they win. The trophies, the signings, the glamour, it works. But behind the scenes, these clubs are more than entertainment. They're geopolitical tools. They're brand extensions of entire nations, and they're not going anywhere. So, the next time you see a goal scored in a Champions League final, ask yourself, who's really winning? This is Desert Billionaires. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of power, wealth, and influence. See you in the next episode.